Many are familiar with the 30th Infantry Division's role in defending against the Nazis' first counteroffensive after the Normandy landings. However, less is known about the key role the tanks and mechanized infantry of the 3rd Armored Division played in halting the elite German armored formations streaming around the isolated elements of the 30th Infantry Division. On July 24, 1944, the 1st U.S. Army launched Operation Cobra to break out of the Normandy perimeter. Within a week, the offensive succeeded in breaking the German ring around the beaches at Normandy and just inland. Army Group B commander, Field Marshal Hans von Kluge, an expert at defending against superior numbers on the Eastern Front, floated the idea of an armored strike on the port city of Avranches to restore the situation. By advancing just 12 miles, an armored German counteroffensive could split the Allied 12th Army Group in two, cutting off the newly operational 3rd Army under General George S. Patton from its supply line. Without its 250,000 gallons daily requirement of fuel, the 3rd Army would be a sitting duck, immobile and at the mercy of German mobile tank forces. That was the idea anyway, and Hitler latched onto it with customary fanaticism. At midnight on 6 August, Operation Lüttich, the German counteroffensive, began. The 47th Panzer Corps attack was led by the powerful 2nd SS Panzer Division, Das Reich, and in its wake would follow 1st SS Panzer, Hitler's bodyguard, the 2nd, and the 116th Panzer Divisions. Mortain sat on high ground that dominated the approaches to the coast and was defended by 2 battalions of the 30th Infantry Division, around 700 soldiers. The 3rd Armored Division was alerted to provide 2 armored task forces to help the infantry fight off the tank assault. Task Forces Hogan and Lovelady moved out to the attack by 7 August. However, by evening, the enemy had easily enveloped the town of Mortain, surrounding 2 battalions of the 120th Infantry Regiment. For the next 72 hours, tank-on-tank duels, infantry combat, heavy use of artillery and close air support, including RAF Typhoons firing rockets, and for the second time, spearheaders encountered the heavily armored upgun Panther. Several tankers reported seeing their anti-tank rounds bounce off the Panther's tough frontal armor. By 8 August, Task Force Hogan was also temporarily surrounded after taking heavy losses in tanks and among its attached infantry of the 2nd Battalion, 119th Infantry Regiment. The enemy 4th SS Panzer Grenadier Regiment mounted a counterattack, but Sam Hogan had prepositioned Lieutenant Tom Magnus, a forward observer, overlooking the road junction. As Magnus saw the SS troopers assemble in the woods, he called in fire missions. Sergeant John Grimes leading the mortars and Sergeant Arnold Lefty Schleich with the assault guns let fly. White phosphorus rounds flushed the SS troopers out of the woodline, after which Magnus called in high explosives rounds from the task force mortars, wiping out the enemy counterattack before it could begin. On the morning of 12 August, Hogan led his depleted and exhausted command on a final move towards Mortain. A lone Panther tank was destroyed. All else was quiet. The enemy had pulled back overnight. The mission had been accomplished, but the cost was heavy. 20 killed in action, 142 wounded, 14 Shermans and 2 Stuarts destroyed.